Hello guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today we'll see how to authenticate user using JWT token in Next.js with GraphQL. In previous video, we have seen that how to use GraphQL in Next.js and how to set up basic setup for GraphQL in Next.js. So if you haven't watched that video, I will please recommend you to watch that video because it's a sequence for this video. So it will be easier for you to understand. Okay, so let's get started. Okay guys, so for authenticating user with the JWT, we have some steps to perform. First step is to install the dependency. The authentication section, you can able to see there is a passport library. It's used by this Next.js also. So if you have previous experience with Express or any other Node.js framework, then you know what exactly passport is. So passport is nothing but an authentication library. It's a very popular library. So Next.js also support those library. So for JWT authentication, first we need to install some packages. Okay, so we need to install some dependency. So this is the dependency npm install save. So Next.js passport and the passport local. We don't need this passport local because we are using passport JWT. Okay, so I will first install this one. And for the JWT, I will scroll down the documentation. And in the JWT section, okay, in the JWT section, I have to install this Nest JWT and the passport JWT and the type JWT. Okay, so I will install this and this also. After completing that, okay, guys. So we have completed first step. Now it's second step to create a query to get a valid JWT token. Okay. So in order to validate the JWT token, first user need a JWT token. So we have to create one route so that it will give us a JWT token. In our scenario, we are using GraphQL, so we will require one query which will give us a JWT token. So first we will create that one. So this is the code base. This is the code base for the previous video. So if you haven't watched that, please watch that. I will in the product. There is one .graphql file, and in this GraphQL file, in the query we have to write one query .get token. Okay, so it's written a string. It's a JWT string. It's okay. So I will copy this get token, and for this get token query we need to create one resolver as well. So I will create one resolver. So at the rate query, and in that query we have to pass the same name and the get token function, and in that function we are calling this service from the product service module. Okay, so in this module we will create one get token method. Okay, so I will copy this name and I will go into the product service class and create one method. Okay, I will create this method for us, and this method will return JW token. Okay, so what we have did is so first we have created one query, and then we have created one resolver, and for that resolver, from that resolver we are calling the service. So we have created one method for that service as well. Okay, so till this it's perfect. So now for creating the JWT, first of all we have to import JWT module in our product.module file. Okay, so this is the code which you have to import to get a JW token. Okay, in this secret I am hard coded the text, but when you are working with on production, so I recommend you to use .env instead of hard coding the secret file. Just for the training purpose I am using hard coded string, otherwise you should always go with the .env file. Okay guys, so I have imported the model in product.module.ts. So we have imported the module, we have created one query, we have resolver for that, and we have service for that. And for in this service we have to create a JW token. For to create a JW token, if you go to the documentation, okay guys, so this is the service which is creating the JWT access token. So I will copy this one. Okay, so I'll go to okay, so in this payload we have to pass the data which will get encrypted in JWT. So I will pass name. So name is Akshay, and city is AMT. Okay, so I will save it. So for this JWT service, um, we have to create one constructor and call those service in that constructor, and as well as we have to import that JWT. Okay, so okay, we have set up the things for creating the JWT. Now let's get test. So we'll run the npm run start dash sorry dev. It will run the server. Okay, guys, if I go to the local host and then GraphQL, you will see we have one schema to get token, and if I click on this, I am getting the token. So this is our JWT token. Okay, so we have completed second step as creating the query to get a valid JWT token. Now third step, create a auth folder. So what we'll do is we will create one auth folder inside the source file folder. Okay, so not file folder auth. So we have created one auth folder. Fourth step, we create a JWT strategy.ts. Okay, file. So it's a passport strategy for JWS. Okay, so if you go to the documentation, you will able to see as well. So let me show you. It's auth module. It's authenticate. No. Okay, so this is the file. I'll copy this name and paste over it. Just remove the slash. Okay, so I have created JWS strategy file. Let me shut down the server. Okay, in this file we have to copy this entire thing. I will explain you what exactly this line of code do. Okay, we have to remove this constant. Okay, so in this secret key we have to pass the same secret key which we have passed in the module. Okay, so in the product module file we have passed one secret. This is the secret, so we have to pass same secret in our secret strategy as well. Okay, so I will copy this one. In your case you should pass with the .env only. Okay, so yeah, so we have copied. So it's a constructor, super constructor, and then this is the valid. Okay, so I will explain you in a bit what exactly this code do. So our next step is then create a JWT auth guard ts. Okay, so I will show in the documentation. So this is the file. Okay, so this is JWT auth guard ts. I'll copy this. Just let me remove this slash again. Okay, and I will copy this code for this file. We are using GraphQL. So for the GraphQL, we require get request module instead of can active. So let me show you. Okay, this is the code which is required for the GraphQL. So I will remove this one. Paste. Okay. So let me import those modules. Okay. Okay, save it. So okay, so we have created JWT strategy in this file. We have one method called as valid, and we also created JWT auth guard. Okay, so whenever the request come, and if we use guard for that request, so it will first enter in this file, and from this file, it will call this function, and in this function we'll get a request data, and we'll sending this request data into the strategy. Okay, so in this strategy, the JW token will get verified with the help of these secrets. And as of now, I'm ignoring the expiration of the JW token. Okay, so it will validate the JW token, and if it's validate JW token, then it will be enter into this valid function with the payload, and this payload is nothing but the payload which we have passed in while creating the JW token. So we have passed name and the city. So this payload will come into the strategy. Okay, so this payload will come into this payload. Okay, so this is how entire flow will work. So if you see, we have created JWT order. Now import a JWT strategy into the app dot module. Okay, so our main module is app dot module, and in that module we have to import JWT strategy. So I will simply import JWT strategy, save it. So okay, and that's it. I think we are done. So now if we run this server, npm run server, see, as of now we have two queries. Okay, first is let me go to the playground first and refresh the page. Okay, guys. So we have two queries which are running. It's first is the get token and second is get all product. If you call get all products, okay. So if you are call query get all products, and in that products, if I let me see the schema first. Perfect. Okay. So name is if I'm asking. So I am getting the name. Okay. So I'm getting the proper data. So if I want to restrict this endpoints, if you have a JW token, only then and only then you can access this query. In that scenario, first we have to generate the JW token. Okay, so we have generated one JW token, and in the code we have to import that auth guard. Okay, so this is the JWT guard. This is the JW strategy, and for the strategy we have guard. So we have to import this GraphQL auth guard. Okay, so what we will do is we go to the first we'll go to the resolver. Resolver will add, so use guard, and in this guard we have to add which guard? We have to add this GraphQL auth guard. Okay, so I'll go to the resolver again and paste over here. So first of all we have to import this one, and second is import this one. Okay, guys, so we are done. So now if you run this get all product, you will get the access region unauthorized. But if you go and get the token first, I got the token, and if I once I got the token, I will go to this playground, and I will add authorization, and in this authorization, bearer token, it's a bearer token, and if I run this, so I am getting the product. Okay, let me recap once again for you. So first of all, let's go step by step. It's a little bit confusing as well. First of all, we have installed a dependency. We have installed passport. Okay, and the passport we also install passport JWT, and after that we created one endpoint which is giving us to JW token, which is used to get a JW token. Okay, so for getting that JW token, first of all we create one query, and then we create resolver for that, and then we create service for that. Okay, in that service we are importing JWT service so that it can sign JW token for us and return to us. Okay, so we are getting JW token with the help of this get token method. After getting that, we create one auth folder, and then we create JW strategy. So JW strategy we have created, and then we created JWT guard, and and in the last step we are using app module, and in that app module we are importing that JWT strategy. So I will explain you the flow. Okay, so once I hit this query, so first of all it will go into the resolver. Okay, it's going to the resolver. It find, okay, it's a guarded. Okay, it's guard with which, so it's a GraphQL auth guard. So it will go into the GraphQL auth guard. It will send return response to the strategy. So it's written JWT strategy, and in the strategy it will check does he have authorized token with bearer token, and it is expired or not. If it's not expired and it's a valid token, then it will enter into this valid function, and finally it will give access to this particular resolver. Okay, so finally it enter into the resolver. But if you have unauthorized token, so suppose if I go and change something in this token and hit, so I will get unauthorized. Okay, just because I have changed small change in JW token, it's invalid token. Now I am unauthorized for this particular operation. Okay, so if you don't want to use this guard, so you just need to comment it, and if you save it, and now if I run this code, I will able to get the name of products, all products. Okay, so if you want to guard this particular resolver, then you just need to use guard and the guard name, and that's it. And that's how you can restrict the access with the help of JWT. So if you go and if I run this get, I get unauthorized, and if you go and get the token first. Okay, so let me get the token. Okay, I got the token. If I copy this token and after the bearer, if I okay, so I paste it, and if it, so I am getting the name. Okay, so I am getting access after including the valid token into our playground. Okay, so this is how we can entirely authenticate user with the help of JWT in Next.js and GraphQL. I hope you enjoyed this video. Feel free to subscribe. If you have any query, please let me know into the comment section.